Hi, welcome back. I'm Michael Foley, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a triangle choke from closed guard in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. First, let's take a look at the mechanics without a partner involved. From here, I'm going to bring my right leg up and I wrap it around the back of my partner's head, and I want to concentrate on getting my right heel to touch my left knee. From here, my left hand grabs my shin. My left foot, I'm going to kick this straight to the sky, and I'm going to drop my leg down, drop my heel down so that my left knee wraps around my right ankle. From here, I want to point my toes up, drive my heels down, and pinch my knees together. One more time, I wrap my right leg around my partner's head, and I put my right heel on my left knee. My left hand grabs my right shin. I kick my left foot up as high as I can, wrap my leg around my ankle, and I bite down really hard. I curl my toes up, drive my heels down, and pinch my knees together. So I brought in my student, Pat, for this. He's a purple belt at the club. Triangle choke's his choke, but today I'm gonna be doing the triangle choke on Pat. We're gonna do 3 different setups, but the finish of the triangle choke itself is exactly the same. The first one, triangle choke from closed guard. Let's check it out. The first version of this triangle choke, it's basically me forcing my partner into this position. One thing I need to have happen is my opponent's gonna have one arm inside my guard and the other side out of my guard. And how that gets there, that's where the variation comes in. But let's look at 3 different ways that you could possibly get there. The first one, I can do a double wrist grab right here. I'm gonna pull my partner towards me by bringing my knees to my chest. And as I'm breaking them down, one arm, I'm gonna punch that into their belt, bring them in towards my chest, and then I open my guard, get my leg over the elbow, then I shoot to this position here to lock it. Once I got this, I can make my partner carry my weight here a little bit, but ultimately what I want is for this arm here to be pushed over to this side. I'm gonna put my arm on top of that. This hand here grabs my shin of the leg behind the back of the neck, and now this foot here is gonna help me make the angle I need. I can either put my foot on his hip or put my foot on the floor, and I want to move my body until I get an angle on his neck. Then my knee goes up to my ankle, and a couple of things I'm going to do here with my legs. I'm going to point my toes up in the air, pinch my knees together, grab the back of the head and extend my hips, and I get the choke. Let's look at the lock closely from this side. From right here, double wrist grab. I pull my partner towards me with my legs and then punch his fist to his belt, and I jump to this locked position. You can keep your feet crossed here, but keep your heels heavy so that your partner can't posture up. So if my partner tries to posture up, I'm gonna shoulder walk away to help break their posture down. Push the arm across, put your hand on top. This hand here grabs my shin, the one behind the back of his head. Now this foot here is free to either post on the hip or post on the floor from here. I'm gonna bump my hip out, create an angle, and I should be able to get my heel to touch my knee. Then I wanna kick high into the sky, clamp down on the back of my ankle, and on my legs are gonna do a couple of things. I'm gonna point my toes up, I'm gonna pinch my knees together. My hands, if I need to, I'm gonna grab the back of his head and squeeze. Let's talk about another way that you could end up in that position. A classic one, and this is a mistake white belts make all the time, is they get the concept of opening the guard. Let's just say from here, Pat understands that he's gotta posture up, control my hip, and he's gotta open my guard. But maybe the mistake he makes is he puts his hand to the inside of my leg to open guard. Here, this happens, I wanna be heavy with this heel, so as he can't put my leg up on his shoulder and smash pass from here. So I'm gonna keep this heel heavy, and I wanna control the back of his elbow right here. Once I got that, my foot goes to the hip, I'm gonna ride up super high, then I go to the shoulder, and then I get back in this position here. If my partner starts to stack me, because he feels like he's almost got that pass right now, so if his hand comes over the top and he starts to stack pass, it's very hard for me to finish a triangle from here. So what I wanna do is I wanna shoulder walk back by pushing on his hip with my left leg here. Then I'm in the same position, grab my shin, bite down, toes up, knees together, and squeeze. Okay, let's look at that one from the other side. So from here, Pat's gonna start passing, making a classic white belt mistake. one hand to the inside, one hand's outside. So I'm gonna go heavy with my leg right here. My hips are off the floor. It's gonna make it really heavy for him to open my leg. This one here, and grab the back of his elbow, and I'm gonna hold that tight. This foot goes to the hip. I elevate my hip, get it as high as I can. Then I bite down on the back of his head. If he continues to start to stack me here, I'm gonna shoulder walk back, grab my shin, and lock up the triangle. Another way that the triangle choke can pop up is off of a failed armbar. So if I'm going for a basic arm lock here on my opponent, I'm clamping down with both my legs here. If Pat is able to free this arm by pulling it straight back, what I don't want to have happen is for him to use that arm, grab my collar on the far side, and smash past me this way, which is what they'd be looking for. Instead, I go for my arm lock. If he can get his arm out, I want to be heavy with this leg. If he starts to smash past me from here, same thing, I'm going to shoulder walk. I bite down with this leg, and then this leg comes back around his head. I cut the angle to the other side and lock up my triangle. From close guard, this is probably my favorite way to set it up. It's a forced triangle choke, but you do it off of a knee shield, as in like a scissor sweep situation. So it looks like this. So I've got Pat in my close guard. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter into a scissor sweep situation. So I can have double wrists, wrist and collar, whatever, but I'm gonna bump my hip out to the side. Now this knee, I'm gonna use this knee to shuck his arm to the inside. Now from here, I push down on that. My other foot, my left foot goes to his hip. I swing that leg around over the top, and now I enter into my triangle choke. Thanks again for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future posts. I'm Michael Foley. I'll see you on the mats.